Hello everyone, welcome back to the video. This month has been quite a busy month for me, thus the video has delayed for 1 week. But nevertheless, as usual, we're going to go through what I cover in my emails every day to my clients. And of course, to get this email is pretty simple. You just need to have an account with Lim and Tan Securities, trade once. Even once in a year, you will get this email daily. So, in the email, we talk about US market overnight performance and see how US progress. And then, of course, then we'll be looking at STI, where STI could be heading. The next will be Hang Seng, where Hang Seng is going, and then stocks. Okay, so this is the standard format for the email. So we left off on, we stopped at 23rd May. And then I mentioned that S&P 500 got resisted by this resistance at 5325, but nevertheless, it's not bearish yet. And then we are looking at STI to break above 3323 resistance, so where it can successfully go higher if you break out from that resistance, that major resistance. Then Hang Seng has a key movement at that point of time where a close below 1900 would suggest more downside. Okay, and next will Yang Zhejiang, where we talk about it breaking 179, hitting 187 resistance. So let's see how Yang Zhejiang perform. The next following day, we look at this S&P 500, where it tried to break out above from the resistance, but pull back straight away back to its previous resistance support, which plays a very crucial role in helping to stabilize the uptrend for S&P 500. Okay, so then was that I didn't mention that it's bearish, so I just say that it just crashed to support. So as a technical chartist, you should be looking out for support. If it can rebound from the support, then of course, like I say, it stabilized the uptrend. And next is STI rallied towards the resistance at 3323, and of course it needs a significant break in order to mark a continuation of the bullish trend. And Hang Seng closed below 1900 and then went down significantly. And yeah, so this was the start of the bearish movement for Hang Seng. Then next we have Singtel, where we see possible potential upward movement. If it breaks above the uptrend channel, it should be hitting this target at 256, which I mentioned here. So bullish momentum will be extended if as Singtel can break above the channel, potentially leading to a test of its major resistance at 2.56. And then Top Gloves, of course, I'm expecting a breakout over here, but I don't think it breaks out. So yeah, so these are the things that we should look out for, especially when you do a technical trade. Breaking up above resistance is very, very important. Okay, next, US holiday, but things to watch ahead. So I always begin the week highlighting what are the key things to look out for the rest of the week in the US market, which will affect the movement of the Asian market. Here you can see the rebound from the support happens, and this, like I say, is crucial for S&P 500 to maintain its uptrend. And STI managed to held steady just below the support, the resistance level. And Hang Seng continue lower to hit its support level. Then we talk about Keppel Limited, where this is a bullish engulfing. So we're going to watch the 679 resistance where it has to break in order to move higher. So this was the time where the Keppel is struggling to break up from the 679 resistance. Okay, so I went through 3 emails. So I'm going to go to the chart to highlight the performance of the stocks. So Yang Zhejiang first. So when we talk about Yang Zhejiang, Okay, it actually exceeded expectation, where I'm quite surprised as it breaks out from this 187 resistance, as you can see from the chart. It rallied all the way up to as high as 250. Okay, the uptrend momentum is still there, because you can see there's a pullback, and there was a strong buying interest to help to push the counter to close up higher. And you can see today is trying to rebound. So the resistance now will be at 250. So first of all, let me congrats to those who have long or entered into the counter, and then you can see you are making a whooping, to the high about 37%. Okay, if you were to reference to last done now, it's still at 35%. So congrats to you. Okay, and we shall see whether it can go back to 250 and break up from there to scale new high. So the sky is the limit right now for Yang Zijiang. Of course, if it cannot break above 250 and pull back to the low here, then you might want to watch out for a potential change in trend. Then Singtel. So you can see the channel over here. Let me just replot that channel to put it as close as the email. You can see here the channel that I plotted over here. So it has gone up above 256 already. So again, congrats to those who are holding Singtel. Singtel is doing some, what they call as, this benefiting to shareholder structuring. What do you call that? The asset renewal, or trying to make best use of their assets. Okay, sorry for the crude explanation, but that is a positive. What I'm trying to say is that is a positive sign, and they have a plan to achieve that by 2028. So that helps Singtel to propel to the high. And of course, Top Gloves, not all stocks that goes down is good. So you really need to watch, because as I highlighted in the email, that we are watching for the break up, but instead it breaks down. So that is a bearish sign already, and you are looking at Top Gloves lingering at this low, and of course it hasn't gone into a full-fledged downtrend as yet. If this rebound fail, come back to this low, okay, this low at around 280, 290, okay, or 0.29, then it may continue its downtrend. Okay, next is this Keppel. So I mentioned Keppel's crucial moment is to break out above 279. But unfortunately, it did not manage to break out above 679. So it didn't manage to do so, and then it goes into a downward movement. In the bigger picture, you are looking at a sideway, and Keppel really is facing a tough time, where the major question now is whether this major support at about 659 would hold or not. If not, the next will be 646, then followed by 632, which was the previous resistance support. Overall, the Keppel chart looks topish because of the change of trend here, and you can see the mountain shapes over here. Okay, so the counter has a lot of things to be done, so we got to slowly watch where it's heading to. So for the time being, it's more bearish than bullish. Then next will be Sembcorp Industry. Okay, but before that, as I mentioned again, you see STI keep trying to go above is 3323. So you can see a very consistent pattern. When a stocks is bullish, it will try to stay at the top so that it can break out easily. Okay, so if an index is bullish, it will also do that. So if stocks continue to stay at the support level, for 5-10 days, that is not a very good sign, because support will get weakened. So the buying at the support level will dry up at one day if the stocks doesn't move up, and then at one of these days, then you will just let go, and the stocks will just go down. So for for Hang Seng, it came down to the support level and rebounded. So unfortunately, now if you were to watch Hang Seng, it is trading around here already. So it is the start of a downtrend, as I mentioned, and we have to look at Sembcorp Industry, where there's a trade plan here. When this counter rebound from here at 518, the reference target is about 538. Okay, so let's see where Sembcorp Industry how Sembcorp Industry did that time. When you look at here, this is the signal, and it rebounded after the signal. It rebounded, okay, but here you can see that it didn't hit the 538 resistance, but rather it actually stop short at this resistance confluence of levels, where it connects most of the candles at 532, then it goes on a downtrend. So today it has a very strong rebound. So after these signals, this is a bullish Harami signals, I shared Sembcorp Industry again, updating it, where the hammer pattern, okay, the hammer patterns requires a confirmation to rebound higher, but no confirmation the next few days, and then we see Sembcorp today trying to rebound, which is good. So hopefully this counter ends at 502, 503 level, then it forms a one white soldier pattern, and helping it to break this downtrend to go into a new direction. So until now, Sembcorp Industry doesn't have any updates in its result. I would believe this quarter is not going to do any updates because it's coming towards an end. Okay, so now it's 13 June. Next new quarter will start in July, and I believe this might be the reason where Sembcorp Industry cannot go up, because it lacks the catalyst to move higher. Next counter here, right, we are looking at City Development and CapitaLand Invest. Unfortunately, both counters fail miserably. Okay, but you can see S&P 500 held steady between the range over here, so that helped to steady the uptrend. And then you're looking at STI breaking up from the resistance, and Hang Seng failed to rebound strongly, where you can see a long upper shadow here. So when you see a upper shadow like this, this indicates a bearish sentiments where among many traders, and this will be the testing moment for Hang Seng. Actually, this is the real testing moment, because if it cannot, overcome these selling signs, then of course it's going to go down lower. Then, like I say, City Development fell miserably, but before that, it did go up to about 620. Then CapitaLand Invest did go to 274. So let's see over there and the chart. City Development, well, it did not hit to 620. In fact, it just went up as high as 603. Then there was a fund adjustment where they sold off City Development on this high volume. So when you see high volume like this, extremely high volume, okay, and sell down is pretty heavy. Usually these are funds exiting, and there's a big adjustment there. Okay, and of course there is no buying interest, and City Development continue to scale lower. So This counter is interest rate sensitive. So if interest rate doesn't goes down, of course, it will continue to struggle. CapitaLand Invest, right? From this point, we highlighted 274. It did touch 274. After that, it pulled back. When I say it failed miserably, because the uptrend ended with this sell down. Because when it touches 274, which was our target, it pulled back, seemingly forming a higher low, but ended with a lower high and lower low over here. So it tried to rebound here, and if this is a dead cat bounce, which means that the downtrend is likely to continue, then you will come back to this low at 258 and break down lower and continue lower. So it will be a challenging time for the property developers so far. And next will be, S&P 500, you see, come back down to retest support, trying to break support potentially, because like I say, if the support get tested too many times, it may be weakened. But the uptrend generally will remain intact if the support can, if the index can rebound from the support level. And STI, after breaking up, start to feel some sluggishness, and decided to pull back for a bit before it can hit to the next resistance. Hang Seng, you see, broke down, failed miserably, continue lower high, and goes in a downtrend. And we look at ST Engineering, potentially moving up. Okay, but of course, 426 resistance, did it hit? That's the question that we are going to find out answers. So ST Engineering, the hammer saw a rebound, but it went as high as 418. Then it pulled back down to retest a low, holds at the range of support range. And overall, it hasn't been that bearish, although it established a downtrend, but it's not a really bearish downtrend, because this could be a channel trade where this counter, if it breaks out above this downtrend channel, then it will go on to the next phase of uptrend. So we have to see what is going to happen to ST Engineering after this stocks rebound from this low. Okay, next we are looking at, okay, no stocks that day, because I feel that we need to watch further to decide, okay, what is going to happen. And you look at S&P 500 broke down to support. So as I mentioned earlier, see, tests the support too many times, it gets weakened and tends to get broken. And was STI, rather S&P 500, really bearish that day? Well, there is a risk. Frankly, there is a risk of going into a downtrend. Okay, because especially you see lower high, lower low already. So the next few moments will be very crucial, because if this low sustained, okay, and the sustain means a hold, the next candle doesn't break below this low, then there's still chance. If it breaks below this low, then of course you would expect S&P 500 comes to almost this level at 5120. STI continue to find direction to wait for the next breakout to happen above 334. As I mentioned, we need to see STI continually push for 334 level in order to go higher. And then this Hang Seng continue lower to this support level. So as I mentioned, that was a start of a downtrend. Okay, and the next email, we talk about Keppel again. And before that, that day I unfortunately forgot to paste the S&P 500 chart. But you can see S&P 500 rebounded over here. So you can see that it never crossed below the previous candle low, because after hitting the low, it rebounded strongly 42 points back above the support level. And here you can see STI pushing to break out above its previous high to go into uptrend. Hang Seng breaks down its support level, continue to be bearish, and potentially reverting to downtrend, especially if it breaks its 50-day. So yeah, this is the bad performance of Hang Seng. And SIA has to cross 680.78 in order to hit the 694 resistance. Keppel, well, despite the heavy sell down for City Development, as you saw earlier, the same day, the fund also adjusted Keppel. But Keppel held resolutely, but unfortunately, there is no more buying after that. So that's why Keppel did not go up. Okay. Next, so you can see S&P 500 rebounded strongly, okay, above the black candle or the red candle over here. So that tells you strength. And the next day, it recovered strongly from a heavy sell-off. That tells you buying interest. And of course, this will give you the sign of what we call the bullishness. Okay. And these STI continue higher, and as this Hang Seng continue to struggle, right, in its downtrend. Next, Seatrium, right? I mentioned Seatrium at this 20-day MA support. So we are looking at Seatrium right now. So stocks, if it's bullish, it should rebound from its 20-day MA support. But unfortunately, it rebounded one day and after that sell off the next few days. So Seatrium is on a challenging moment because you can see this downtrend line. So if you can break out above this downtrend line, it can be super bullish. It can be super bullish. But if we continue to go down to this low, say goodbye and expect this gap to be filled. Next, we shall look at S&P 500 again. You see the buying strength is there. As you can see, S&P 500, despite selling off, it managed to close back up positive. Okay, and we can see STI, yes, hitting 3356 pullback from a minor resistance over there. Okay, expected again because STI is going up slowly. Hang Seng, as you can see the struggle over there at the low, right? As it goes up, close back down, goes up, close back down again, right? Not exactly the type of bullishness that we are expecting. Then Riverstone. So we highlighted Riverstone. I highlighted Riverstone over here, expecting a potential retest of 98 resistance. So let's look at Riverstone over here. So you can see Riverstone highlighted here. If you are in position like me, let's hope that it can break out from this resistance at about 9.75 to about $1. Okay, so currently it's trading at 9.55. So let's see whether the uptrend can continue. Now, if you look at the formation, the chart movement over here, Riverstone is actually quite bullish. As you can see, the pullback, every pullback met with a rebound. So in fact, this is a bullish formation, I can see. So of course, that is only confirmed if it can break out from this resistance at 9.7. Next will be Franken and UMS. So you see, S&P 500 break out from its resistance here. So as I mentioned, you can see candle by candle how the behavior of the index. And STI break its support. Okay, so this is the first sign of weakness because as stocks, if it's bullish or index is bullish, it should not break support. So it breaks its support. So unless it can rebound immediately, like S&P 500 over here, if not, then of course it may not reach 3391. Then we see Hang Seng, you see the weak rebound over there, long upper shadow, again, bearish signal, bearish sentiment. We are looking at the stocks potentially going lower, persistent weakness over there. And Franken, I'm expecting a breakout above 153. While UMS, I expect it to go to its resistance at 124. Okay, so Franken. So Franken, you can see it breaks out above 153 resistance over here and continue higher. And the resistance for you to watch is 168. Again, congrats to those who took the trade and see you at 168. UMS a bit lagging because it's traditionally slow. As you can see, it touched 124 and did not break up from 124, but it's not doing too badly now. So let's see whether you can break up 124 now. If you can break 124, it will be a quite a bullish sign, I must say. And I can probably expect it to come back to 133, but in a longer time frame. Next, S&P 500 again. You can see there's a struggle over there after breaking up. Very, I would say, consistent. This is a very, 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 oops, very standard procedure for a breakup. Okay, and after a breakout, it tend to go back. Same for STI. But it's still bullish here, though. It's still bullish at this top. And you can see the STI start to struggle again. See, open higher, close lower. So this is the sign of struggle, weakness that you can anticipate. So the chances to hit this 3391 resistance is definitely weakened. Hang Seng continue to struggle. You can see here, then coming down to support level is just a matter of time. And then China Aviation potentially forming ascending triangle. Okay, so we shall see China Aviation, how it perform. So China Aviation, the ascending triangle is the chance is still there if it can repeat what it does over here and then here to come back to this resistance, major resistance, and break up from there. If it fail to, then of course the ascending triangle will be negated. For the time being, I would say just keep a close eyes and see how the stocks perform. Then S&P 500 again, we are looking at it, you know, still bullish, but you can see some struggle over there because there is a long upper shadow. Okay, and we don't want follow through selling. So if there's any follow through selling over here coming to this low 5300 and come back to this support level, of course it will be a sign of bearishness and change of trend may happen because it may form a double top formation. Okay, again, important announcement ahead. What are you supposed to look out for the rest of the week? Okay, FOMC, which happened last night. And then STI continue to struggle. Hang Seng holiday, but you expect it to come down anyway because you see the follow through selling happened here. And yeah, no stops. And then we have Dynamek and Sengkang Industry, but you look at the S&P 500, no follow through selling. This is the key of bullishness. Okay, and then Straits Times continue to struggle, forever struggle lah, STI. And Hang Seng today, as I mentioned, yeah, there's a slight error over there because the CPI was announced the next following day, not that day itself. But it did not help Hang Seng much anyway. Okay, so Hang Seng come back down to this low and broken it yesterday. Then we have Sengkang Industry, like I mentioned, the hammer, but it did not come to 520 yet. Dynamek, the hammer lacks the confirmation. So let's show you Dynamek. So Dynamek lacks the key confirmation that is needed for the hammer. You can see the stocks did not go up higher. So same for Sengkang Industry. So no action for me actually that day. So I was just watching. The volume is pretty low also. So I'm just you know, preparing to negate the trading signals over there. Then we have venture. Okay, but before that, the S&P 500, you can see that the index went higher. Okay, sorry for the snippage, the the image is not clear as the candle was cut, but you can see there's a green over here. There's a green candle. So it actually went up. So there's no follow through selling. That's good. And again, STI continue to struggle. Hang Seng come back down to this support level as I mentioned. So this is a long-legged doji look-alike, and usually it helps to confirm support level. But Hang Seng did not make use of it to rebound. So it highlight the underlying weakness of the index. Venture forms a hammer. So recently hammer doesn't really work very well. Let's see whether Venture's hammer worked. When I say work means, of course, rebound with a confirmation, then after that go higher lah. Okay. So Venture, yes. For those who are in position, so let's see whether Venture can close at a high and then go back up to 1428 resistance. Then next is S&P 500 again. Oh, what happened to? Oh, sorry, because I'm zoomed in. That's why the chart is is cut off. Okay, so now let's zoom out. You can see S&P 500 broken up. Yes. So as you see, candle by candle, you will tell, right, whether the stock is bullish or bearish. And you can see it broke out all-time high last night after the FOMC. And although the rate hike did not happen, and the rate cut also didn't happen, but they reduced the rate cut for this year to 1. So that's why the market did not really like it, so sell off on the high. So it's a shooting star, but it doesn't mean that S&P 500 will crash down. So let's see how it performs today. Tonight, there is a PPI announcement, and today we talk about Jardine CNC, whether it can break above resistance at 27.31, then to 28.54. So how is Jardine right now? No breakout yet, as yet, but the candle looks encouraging. The consolidation is still taking place. So if it can break out above the resistance, that will be a positive, very bullish signals, especially the volume high, the candle is long, and then welcome to the top over here. Okay, so the resistance will be around 28.54. Okay, so sorry the video is a bit draggy. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your likes, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.